Hello, everyone, and welcome to Hidden Existence. It has been a while. It's been about 3 months, I think, since I did a show on here. Obviously, a lot's happened. I thought I'd catch up with people. Maybe I should wait a little bit for people to join the live chat. I know it's a bit short notice. Maybe some of you haven't got the notification, but I thought I would better check in because it has been such a long time. And I was in hospital for quite a while. That's really what stopped me. I think it was beginning of August. I ended up in hospital. So, hi, Desert Barb, Kashu, Gary, how you doing? Hi, Drake, how you guys doing? Yeah, I ended up in hospital for nearly 6 weeks. And so I've been out for about 4 weeks. I'm still kind of recovering. So, and then obviously everything that happened with Kerry. So it's all been a bit crazy, as you can all imagine. How you doing, Max? The Bigfoot hunter, of course. I was going to get in touch, actually, Max. I don't know if you want to pop on and keep me company. That would be nice. V.A. Moon, how you doing? Good to see you here. Gripping Yarns. Thank you. And it's good to see you here. Some new people, actually. Or I've forgotten names. Not forgotten names, but it just feels like a long time. Feels like I'm totally still a bit rusty. But I'm doing a show tonight. We'll be on BIGFOOT ODYSSEY. We've got Mark and Larry from Sawdust Beast, so I'm looking forward to that. I just thought I'd kill an hour here, try and get back into the swing of things. Hi, Claude. Jamie, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Oh, okay. Greetings, brown dwarf. I'm not clicking these things in time, are I? You're not going to pop on, but you'll explain later. Okay, fair enough. So yeah, that's why I'm here. I wanted to. How you doing, Mr. Lee 3PO? How's it going with you? Long time no see. Heaven-bound daughter. I do need more rest. I do need a bit more rest. Had a lot going on. Aunt B, how you doing? Steve Golden. You're right. Absolutely heartbreaking to find out that happened. And since then it has been really hard. And the place feels empty. When I'm on BIGFOOT ODYSSEY, of course it's going to feel empty. But it really does. He's left a huge hole, I think, in a lot of people's lives. So yeah, it's taking everyone a bit of time to get used to it, if we ever will. I'm sure we will. I'm sure we'll just, learn to live with it. Seems to be a lot of fellow crowds, a lot of people ill. Well, things happen, don't they? How you doing, Texas Jack? Oh, Derek. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. It's hard, isn't it, losing a parent? Old Spirit Art, how are you doing? Yeah, I was ill. Thought my back was hurting. If anyone wants to know, I'll let you know what happened. Woke up with a pain in my hip, and I just thought I'd pulled something at work, lugging something around. Maybe that was it. And that kind of got a bit worse. And I was kind of relying on the right side of my body to support the left kind of thing, as you do. Your body starts compensating, and I ended up with a swollen ankle on the other side. And then it was swollen all around. And I just kind of soldiered through it. But literally, there was nothing. I was just in bed for a lot of the time and not even thinking about going to the doctor or anything, just kind of getting on with things as people do, as I do anyway. And my friend was coming to visit me, and he got concerned and ended up bringing an ambulance for me. And it turns out that, one, I found out I was diabetic, and I had no idea about that, and that I had septic arthritis in my right ankle. So that was a bit crazy. So I had to have that drained twice. And don't know if you know much about it, but basically I had sepsis, I also had it in my lower back, in the bottom of my spine, around my pelvis. So I was on antibiotics every 4 hours for a lot of the time, on a drip. This is why I couldn't come home. I just needed to be there to be pumped with these antibiotics and drained. So it was a long, I don't even know how I got through it. Like nearly 6 weeks of just being stuck in hospital. I don't know. Not a great place to be. And like I said, I'm not really sure I got through it, and all that hospital food, and just the monotony of doing the same thing every day. Just getting up, having breakfast, staying in the bed, sitting in the chair, getting back in the bed, sitting in the chair. There's not a lot to do in hospital, so it was a little bit crazy. But obviously, this infection had really got to me. Even mentally, my concentration and everything was really, really low. So just didn't even reach out to many people, just kind of got on with it, and did what I could, tried to watch a few shows, but like I say, my concentration wasn't very good. It kind of knocked me for six. I've never been in a position where I don't have control of anything. And literally, that's what happens when you go into hospital. Everything stops. You just have to go with it, and you're basically like a prisoner. Like a prisoner kind of thing. I don't know. I couldn't even walk, so it's not like I could even go out and get some fresh air for quite a while. I'm literally just able to walk now on my own. I'm still limping. Septic arthritis in any joint will strip all the cartilage, which it has done on my ankle. So I'm going to have, ongoing problems with that. But that's just the way it is. But at the moment, I can move around, I can get about, and I can drive. So, I'm lucky I can do that. So, yeah, and that's to do with the hospital food as well. You don't realise how small the portions are. It's like little and often. But yeah, I lost about 2 stone in hospital. So that's quite a lot. So it's like, what, 28 pounds or something like that. So, yeah, I do. I was doing. So, yeah, I'll probably get back to that. I've only just come off antibiotics, so trying to now put, lots of good stuff into the body. And yeah, it's just one day at a time. I can't go back to work yet. So I'm a bit bored at home. Not bored, but, there's only so much I can do. I can't, really balance very well carrying stuff. So it's still, taking a bit of time to do stuff. But never got it, Jamie. It was like custard. No jello, it was just like custard. Every pudding was something with custard. Banana and custard, sponge and custard. I'm really like, blah. And the soup wasn't brilliant. I mean, it's what it is, isn't it? I got through it. Hi, Sharon. Hope you're doing well. Sharon's a bit of a jet setter. Been all over the place recently. Portugal, I believe, was the last place. Rice, but actually, the rice pudding wasn't too bad. Rice pudding wasn't too bad. There's a lot of sugar though. I mean, everything really. The best things are with sugar, unfortunately. But yeah, I had all the puddings. Tended to go for all the puddings, but gave some of the meals a miss. But yeah, it's such a it made me really think about people who do have really severe disabilities, and like yeah, I was in pain for quite a lot of weeks. It was very, very difficult to get comfortable because of my back and my foot, and just people who, you know, suffer all the time dealing with pain. It's such a horrible place to be. And yeah, you just, I don't know. I don't know. I don't ever want to be in that much pain again. But yeah, it was just a wake up call as well. I kind of had signs about the diabetes. I don't know if anyone else is diabetic, but I had lots of signs and I just ignored them totally. I didn't even put two and two together. So it was a little bit shocking. My blood sugar, I think when I went in, was 19.5, which is really high. Most people, I think, are about between 5 and 8. If you're diabetic, it's between 5 and 12. It's like a good reading. So mine was up at 19.5, and my infection marker was in the 700s. Now it's down to about 39, 35. So it's been a long journey getting on top of that infection. Pre-diabetic, yeah. If you know the signs, or if you can do something to stop it happening. What kind of signs? Yeah, all my dad's family have it. I just thought I was lucky. Drinking a lot. Now I just like drinking sodas and stuff like that. So I would drink a lot anyway. I'm going to the loo a lot, obviously, because I was drinking a lot. I would go to the loo, but I didn't put that down to being diabetic. But one of the signs was I've probably been diabetic for a long time. Could be a year or two even. Some people just get through it until something major happens. You know, my whole system was compromised because of this diabetes and this infection. You know, the sugar feeds the infection, and that's what happened. I ended up with no choice. You know, and some people can end up losing, you know, arms and legs with sepsis. So it's really dangerous thing, obviously. But the big sign, which I completely ignored, was arriving at work and feeling like I couldn't get out of the car, like just completely zapped with energy. And I would sit there for quite a long time trying to muster up the energy to get out of the car and go to work. And this happened quite a lot. And I used to think, you know, I do late nights and I'm always busy. I'm working a lot and I don't get a lot of sleep. And, you know, you just make excuses for why you're feeling like you do. And actually now I feel like I've got loads of energy. I really feel the difference now from, you know, getting on top of it. But yeah, I think I was very close. I think I was really close. I think if my friend hadn't have run the ambulance that night, I could have been totally different situation now. So yeah, it's not good. Have you got the same symptoms? Texas Jack. Just go and get yourself checked out. I have to take tablets and I have to inject. I'm type 2. So you're type 1, are you born with it if you're type 1, and type 2 is something that can develop. And so I have to inject as well as tablets. So that's not nice either. Everything's kind of like, you know, I'm not great at planning things. Now I have to plan things. So it's kind of good, kind of on top of it. It is. It's like, yeah, it's a terrible thing to have. So yeah, I just never imagined it would happen to me. And I guess nobody does. Nobody does. I have no idea how that infection started. It can be a tiny little opening in your skin, a cut, whatever. Or, you know, we all have stuff in us, E. coli, that all lies dormant in us, and it just takes something to feed it. And that's basically what it is, what I had. but not inside the stomach. It's staphylococcus, something like that, which is when it's outside of the stomach. And I had something called discitis, which is that's going on in the spine. And then obviously the septic arthritis in the ankle. I did miss a dog. That's literally the only thing I could think about was my little dog, who is 15, and I've had her since she was 10 months old. And I had no idea how she was processing it. I guess she just got on with it. She was with a friend of mine who has 4 dogs, and she knows them really well. So, actually, a couple of days before I ended up in hospital, I went to an out of hours doctor, and I just had it in my mind to drop her off at my friend's in case, I don't know, just had it in my mind. Probably a good idea to drop her off there. And so she was already somewhere before I went into hospital, which was good. Definitely forced. Yep. Really have to have a good look at what I've been doing in my life and how I've been, not looking after myself at all. Sometimes we just get too busy, don't we? And we always have time for other things, work and watching the telly and whatever you do, YouTube. Do you ever really think about taking an hour out for yourself every day, maybe, or in the week, or how much time do you spend on yourself, thinking about yourself? So yeah, I'm trying to do that, is think about myself more. But yeah, the dog was all I could think about. Really, it was the only thing I kind of had to hang on to. That was more concerned about. So my friend, when I came home, my friend brought her the next day, and she walked straight up to my ankle, started sniffing my ankle, and I bent down to stroke her, and she backed off. She was like, "No, you're not doing that." And I thought, okay, give her a chance. It's been a while. And she kept following me around the house, but she wouldn't let me stroke her. And she's got, I mean, all dogs have got a little spot, their little magic spot that you rub, and they really go into it. And I tried to get that around her ear, and she was like, "No, get off me, you're not doing that." And so I thought, okay, I'm just going to leave her to it. And about 40 minutes later, she just kind of walked up to me, and her tail went up then, and she just looked at me and gave me kind of like a woofy kind of bark, as if to say, "Oh yeah, I remember you, I'm home now." But the real test was when my friend left with her dogs. Miley stood kind of looking at the door in the hallway, and they all left, and I was expecting her to kind of want to go with them, and she didn't. She just stood there till the door shut, and then she just went back and got into her bed. And I thought, yes, she's back and she's all right and she's happy. So that was one relief, you know. So yeah, so I'm back, and then obviously I wanted to come back and get back to BIGFOOT ODYSSEY and hear. And I talked to Kerry, about, I'm not going to be able to work for a while. And so I was going to have time to put more into the channels, this channel and BIGFOOT ODYSSEY, and, maybe do some more shows, because I don't, like I say, I'm just stuck at home. And, for 4 weeks, well, 3 weeks really, I couldn't really move very far. And then I actually had no idea when I was coming home. I was hoping every week I was going to come home, but because I was stuck on these antibiotics on the IV, they weren't going to let me go until there was a point where they could when they could put me on tablets, and then I could go home. And so I was just taking it day by day, and I'd given up kind of like hope, because a few times they'd mentioned to me, you might be able to go home next week, and I got my hopes up, and then they said, no, you can't. And so that mentally wasn't really a good thing to happen when you're, in this place with nothing, that none of your familiar surroundings. It's a really kind of hard place mentally to be in. And then on the Tuesday, I got the news about Kerry, which was just left me completely speechless. I just couldn't process it. It just didn't feel real. The suddenness of it just literally kind of, knocks your feet from under you. And then the next morning I was told I was going home. And instead of it being this great feeling, because finally I get to go home, it was just tinged with so much sadness and heartache, really, because, Kerry, just a really important person in my life. And just for him to be taken like that, you just can't process it, It took a while. When I came home that night, I hadn't got a clue what to do. I'd basically been given my tablets on time. I've been, you get your breakfast, your dinner served to you on time. And it's like this kind of, routine that you're not in control of. And I got home and I was like, right, what do I do next? And then I realized, I have to take my pills and I have to sort all my tablets out. And it's overwhelming, all of it together has been a really overwhelming experience. And of course, we're still feeling that loss with Kerry, that really takes over everything. And I'm not going to get into all the drama. There's obviously drama, and you all know about the drama, but like this is not the time for drama. Linda has lost her best friend, her husband, her soulmate, and Kerry wasn't just Bigfoot, He was a husband, he was a father, he was a work colleague. Bigfoot really was just a small part of Kerry's life, and there's so much more to Kerry that we'll never know. But that family, Linda, all his friends, really need time to heal. Need mind space, and that's all we want, really. Nobody wants drama. The best way to here we go. Have we got a I'm sure one of the mods will sort that out. Yeah, there's a time and place for things. It isn't always on YouTube. So that's all really I'm going to say on that, because it's actually nothing to do with me, the issues. So I can't really get into it. But well, I've missed you all too. I really have. I didn't even think to put a community post up on my channel to say I was in hospital. I really wasn't thinking straight about a lot of things. I don't know, it's just a weird place to be in, but a weird place to come out to as well. So you're right. You're absolutely right. And that's what everyone needs to remember. Places to sort things out and ways to do it. And yeah. Sandy MC, how are you doing? Mike Stone 75. Damien K, how are you doing, Miss Rose? Mike's Adventure. Yeah. That's what's happening now. I'm thinking curved. It's all over the place. But, big thought to see. We really do want to carry it on. Want it to be that place for people still to come to share the stories, to get support. It's never going to be like it was. There's no, there's no doubt about that. It's going to be completely different because Kerry's not there. And that's what people were drawn to. So I'm just hoping that it can still be that place for people to come to and share encounters, or come and, listen to a researcher's report, drawing Bigfoot. Who knows? Things do develop, and it's just, you know, I'm not going to have Kerry there, which is a massive drawback. You know, he's going to be massively missed, and that's what BIGFOOT Odyssey was about, was Kerry and what he wanted to do. And it took us a long time to get to where we are now. Well, a lot of those live shows and the documentaries and everything to become that place where we'd all meet up and listen to encounters and researchers, and you know, just that good community spirit that we have got. We've got a good community here, and we're up to crazy. Long time no see. I'm glad I'm back home as well. Yes, I am getting there. Oh, it's going to fix it. I do, Rick. Good to see you. Yeah, I was still taking care of myself, but I miss coming on here. I miss being on YouTube. So that's why I wanted to do tonight before the show. Got a show in 2 hours, so I thought I'd come on here a little bit. Well, we're not going to talk about it, Terry S. It's nobody's business, to be honest. What was going on? Just well, you know, there's two sides as well to stories, and so you know, you can't make judgments until you know everything, and it's not for everyone. Not everyone needs to know. Like I say, I'm not. I don't want to go into it. Oh, you know what? I had to drink. Hi, Jean. I had to take these potassium tablets like for a week or two. They're horrible. Oh, the most disgusting. Just drinking like the worst salty kind of drink you can drink. But yeah, so now I eat a banana every day. Try and make up for it. But yeah, that stuff's horrible. But yeah, you do need it. Most definitely. I just think the older you get, you really need to look into whether you're young or old, but just check what you need. You know, keep an eye on what you're doing, because you can just easily find out you've got something wrong with you, and boom, you're in hospital or you're getting really ill. Sometimes the symptoms, you know, are the last. There's already a big problem when you're getting symptoms. There's already something going on. So, you know, if there's anything wrong with you, get it checked out. It's definitely worth it. I'm not a big, you know, I've not been to the doctors for like 7 years. I'm not a big, you know, it's different over here, of course, as well. I know America, if you've got insurance, like you have to go and pay to see a doctor. It doesn't work. You know, we pay through our wages for free healthcare. So people go to the doctor all the time, you know, go and make an appointment. But I'm not really a, you know, fan of doctors and those environments. But yeah, it's all about the money. It's getting that like that here. So, but yeah, you have to. Exactly. If you have your health, you have everything. If you haven't got your health, you are done. Literally. I'm just, you know, I can't do any beach walks, can't do anything walking far at the moment. So that's really made me think about how looking after yourself is really important. Yeah, good old NHS. I don't know. You just, you know, things happen, don't they? And I just hope my uncle gets good enough to get to do a little bit of walking without any problems. It's just taking such a long time to heal. Who knows? But obviously, I'm going to have arthritis in there, and probably in my back and my pelvis around there. So, it is what they do. Oh, I clicked the wrong thing then. There was no physio. They just said that I could weight bear on it and basically to move it around up and down, side to side. So I have been doing a lot of walking. When I say that, I haven't been going far, but I've been doing little and often. So yeah, there's not, I can't really go too far, but that's been helping, and not sitting for too long at home, getting up, doing something, going in the kitchen, going upstairs. That's been a nightmare, going upstairs. Pretty much had to, and I've got crutches coming out of the hospital. I've got crutches, but they're a nightmare. Honestly, I don't like walking with crutches, and try getting upstairs with a crutch, and I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it because I've lost a lot of muscle, and especially around the hips, around there, that strength you've got to pull your leg up the step. You don't think about things when you just do them automatically, but when you have to think about what you're doing is getting one foot up and then trying to bring the other foot up, you realize how much strength or what you need to do that with. And I don't have the strength still in my right side. So I started crawling up the stairs, doing like this big crawl, and it's getting better. But I'm funnily enough, I'm now I walk down the stairs sideways now because I've got the banister I can hold on to. It's just because it's easier at the moment because I don't have full movement in my ankle. And my dog is now coming down the stairs sideways at the moment. Whether she's picking up on what I'm doing, I don't know. But it's really funny to see her do that. She's kind of doing it in sympathy with me. I don't know. Are you doing Strange Land? Yes. There's lots of changes happening. Yeah. There is, Jean. When you go through something like that, you do with your health. There's a lot of emotions and steps you go through. Yeah. It is very, very slow. I'm not slow normally. I'm really fast going. Keep going. Always got something to do. And keeping busy, and to suddenly, have the brakes put on really changes everything you do and how you do it. And you do learn to appreciate things a lot more. And trying to adapt to what you can do until your body naturally starts doing things it does normally. That sounds weird, but that's what happens. That's what's been happening. Is I haven't been having to think about some things, and I'm doing it naturally. So I am getting better. The dog is trolling me, Rick. Yeah, that's what happens. One hand on the rail, one on the step. You kind of crawl up. I get it. Well, what I did was I would on the bad ankle, I was on the knee, but the good leg is extended, and you kind of like crawling with your hands, and you have to try it. You have to try it. But yeah, then you have to adapt. If you want to take something upstairs with you, then you have to find a way of taking that with you while you're crawling upstairs. So yeah, it's fun. But like I say, you learn to adapt. You learn to find ways to do things. So, that's just what happens. We do that, don't we? Yes. Do you know what it takes? 6 hours for your muscles to start deteriorating if you just lying down, not doing anything. I mean, it's a slow process, but in 6 weeks, I lost a lot of muscle because I have quite muscly legs, and there's not a lot on them at the moment. I'm building up again, and at some point I will go to a gym, but that's it. Is the weakness in me still? No, lack of muscle, and I've never been like that, and so it's not a nice place to be when you knew you had strength. So I'm hoping, I'll get to a point where I can go down to the gym and start doing stuff. Do you know what? I actually thought about it because when you're in hospital and you don't know what's going to happen. And, you know, they tell you what's wrong with you and what's going to happen in terms of like, you know, I'm going to have arthritis. This cartilage is off my joints in my ankle. It's not nice to hear all that stuff. And I thought, how am I going to manage? And then I thought, I'll get one of them, just make life easy, even if I don't need it, I'll get one. But do you know how much they are? They're not cheap. You have to have them serviced and everything. So no, I'm not going to get one of them. I'll do the crawl maneuver. I'll do the crawl up the stairs maneuver until I sell the house and just get a bungalow, because that's probably very nice. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having a stair lift. It's just great to put, like, you know, stick all your washing on it that you've done your ironing. Just sort of carrying all upstairs and comes in handy for stuff. But yeah, no, I wouldn't get anything like that. I'll probably sell the house and get something on one level before anything happens. I think that's probably a good idea. Oh well, mates rates maybe, eh? What do you think? Just a thought anyway. No, you laugh away if that makes you feel good. But yeah, I don't think I'd get one. I mean, no. Put a slide at the top of the stairs. Yeah, I mean, that's one way, isn't it, of coming down. Don't know about getting up. Maybe like a conveyor belt, maybe like escalators, electric escalators. Hi, 173. Good to see you as well. Thank you. Yeah, that's the thing with stairs, isn't it? They're not handy if you've got something wrong with your legs. Someone I used to work for actually had a lift in their house, in one of their rooms, and it just came down, and as it came down, the floor's replaced in the room, like a door opens up or something, or down, and it just goes up and down into one room and back down into another room. It's a bit, you know. Well, that was handy for them. We have got some CBD oil. Y'all got CBD oil over there? We do. I'm not sure anything's going to actually help me in terms of, you know, I just need some pain relief. I think that's what I'll be needing is pain relief. And so I'm not saying I don't need it. I'm on some tablets at the moment, but I'm not suffering too much pain wise. It's just more uncomfortable moving around. Because I just haven't got that full movement yet because the ankle's still a little bit swollen. But it's okay. I've got kind of used to things just being slow, and it's been good. I've been forced to rest, and so I had like 3 jobs 3 months ago. A lot of hours, really. So yeah, need to slow down. Yeah, we'll have a look into that. I'm looking into oils at the moment to rub in as well on the joints. Oh yeah, I'm sure bong's gonna help in terms of pain relief. But who knows? 8 surgeries, that's a lot. Nerves, yes. It's not good, is it? It's just have a bit more empathy now for people who, you know, go through a lot of pain. Yeah, I'm going to get back onto that. And I kind of said before I came out of hospital, I'm going to look into this. I'll be doing this. I'll be doing that. And I'll be eating great food. And I've just not done a lot of that since I came out. I'm still adjusting to everything. And so when I get a bit more movement, feel a bit more in control. But yeah, I'm trying to be good. But yeah, I want to get back into the keto. So I'll be doing that. But yeah, well, that's about it really. I'm trying to get back into the swing of things. Yes. Yeah, I'm going to have a good look at everything. And like I say, try and put a bit more effort into looking after myself. Lots of people don't go to see a doctor. I mean, some people are lucky that they just look after themselves, that they're I don't know. I've been fine. I've never had anything wrong with me up until now. So I must have been doing something right in some senses. But obviously the diabetes has just taken over. Sheila R. just had a hip replacement surgery Tuesday. The day after that, husband and I tested positive for COVID. Well, I'm sorry about that. Hope your replacement's gone all right, and you're moving around now. I was on the ward for all that time, and lots of couple of women had hip replacements and all sorts of things. They're all getting out before me. I was like the last one. Everyone was new in the ward by the time I'd left. So, but yeah, haven't we all, Jamie? Haven't we all? Yeah, that's a good tip. Electrolytes. Yeah. It's hard to know, isn't it? I mean, that is good advice. That is important. But yeah, over here in England as well, we're lacking so much sun that we need to take supplements. We're just not getting the same as people in Europe and further out. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Yeah. You sometimes don't know how much pain you're in until it goes. You don't know how much you carry until it goes. That's a weird thing, isn't it, as well? Yeah, I am Maggie. I'm actually having good sleep. I'm having naps in the day as well. So that's something I kind of made sure that when I realised I couldn't start a show at 1:00 in the morning like I normally did on BIGFOOT ODYSSEY. And now they're starting at midnight, which is still a bit late, but there was just no way I would be able to stay up till 11:00, let alone 1:00. So I'm still kind of taking it easy, and tomorrow I'll have a lie-in, and probably have a nap in the day anyway. So yeah, I'm making sure I've got lots of sleep, getting lots of sleep. I'm actually getting more sleep at home than I did in hospital. So that's a good thing. Yeah, I know the feeling. Yeah, it's not nice, is it? It's not nice. You should start getting commission or something, Mr. Lee. Keep preaching that. Should get something for that. So yeah, I think that's it for tonight. I don't know what's happening with Anything Goes. I know Jason's got very busy, and that's perfectly fine. I haven't been around for a while. Jason's had a lot of things, a lot of been doing lots of podcasts, and opportunities have come up, and he's doing that stuff. So I don't know whether we'll be doing an Anything Goes right at the moment. Thanks, Rick. Good to see you. You take care. So, something's going to happen. I'll be back on here definitely with some new plans and some old plans. And maybe we will see Max Powers, the Bigfoot hunter, on here at some point, joining me. Your Dharma dude, I don't know, check out Mitchell May's story online, very inspiring and knowledgeable. Oh, okay. I will have a look at that. Thanks, Boots on the Ground with Barb. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And thanks, Sharon. Yeah, I know. It was touch and go mentally more than physically, I think, at some points. But I'm glad to be out, and yeah, obviously devastated about Kerry. Just, it's totally changed things. But, BIGFOOT ODYSSEY is going to carry on being that place for people, but what Kerry built up there. And I hope you're going to join us anyway. We'll be on in just under 2 hours with Mark and Larry. It should be a good show. I like those guys a lot. They've been out in the woods somewhere, so we'll catch up with what they've been doing. Thank you, Barb. I know it wasn't much of a show, I'm sorry. But I wanted to catch up with you all because you've just, not known what I've been doing. I guess most of you have, but I really wanted to come on and say hello. Don't normally do a show on my own, but yeah, I wanted to check in with everybody and see how you're all doing. And hopefully I'll have something in store for this week on Hidden Existence. And of course, there'll be shows over on BIGFOOT ODYSSEY. We've got Shane Carpenter coming on next week with Randy Harrington. They've been out again in the 400 and had lots of exciting things happen there. So they're going to come and share a little bit of that with us. So I'm looking forward to that. I always enjoyed talking to Shane and Randy. How you doing, Paul Holland? Long time no see. And Jamie, yeah, you want me to say critters? I'm not going to say critters. Thank you, Jean. Always praying. I appreciate it. I know I was very sneaky, Dan. I was very sneaky. I just thought, just go for it, do it, put the kettle on, set the show up, sat down, went live. And I'm glad I did. Got 66 of you here. That's great to see you all. So, yeah, 6 p.m. Central, I'll be over on BIGFOOT ODYSSEY, Mark and Larry from Sawdust Beast. And it'd be great to see you all there. If you've nothing else to do, come and show some support and come and see me in the chat. And until then, everyone, it's been good to check in with you all. I've missed you all, and I really do appreciate your support and standing by the channel and standing by us at BIGFOOT ODYSSEY as well. It's really important that we just remember, what's more important here is someone's died, and lots of people are hurting at the moment. We just all need to go gently, and yeah, that's what we need to do, is just be kind and look out for each other, not start any drama. And yeah, that's what we need to do. But until the next time, guys, have a good night. I'm going to see you soon anyway, hopefully in about an hour and a half. But until then, everyone have a good night, and I'll see you all soon. All right. Bye-bye.